Oklahoma. The sun is up, the sky is blue. But suddenly, the weather takes a turn for the worse.
The weather is beautiful, but then just as you can snap your fingers, it went bad.
It's May 20th, 2013. Tornado season is well underway, but it's been unusually quiet. Until now.
It looked like there would be severe thunderstorms and some tornadoes.
The tornado watch was issued for a swath of central Oklahoma. We know that that area will likely have a tornado, but we still don't know exactly where.
So concerned with the risk of tornadoes, more severe weather possibilities.
This darkening sky is about to bring chaos, death, and destruction to the city of Moore.
That's crazy.
What is about to hit will be one for the history books.
The thunderstorm formed to the southwest of Oklahoma City. I was very concerned.
That storm grew so quickly, it's like it created its own weather system. It created what it needed to grow.
We could see on radar that it began to produce a hook and a vortex signature.
Just before 3 p.m., all eyes turn to the heavens as a funnel cloud drops toward the ground. It's a chilling sight.
There it is.
Look, it's forming. Against the ground.
Soon, tornado sirens are sounding all over the nearby city of Moore.
It was in its infancy stage. It was growing and it was powerful. All the energy's feeding into it, and the winds were ideal to produce a very large, deadly tornado. It just was that little ribbon, and it just got larger and larger and larger.
Okay, I'm right here by it. Okay, maybe talking to you a little bit. Hang on.
At 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and the tornado's on the ground, moving into Moore.
The wind speed accelerates to 150 miles an hour as it moves rapidly across country.
What was amazing to me was the rapid growth of the system from probably 65 mile an hour all the way to close to 165 in just a matter of minutes.
Oh my God!
This tornado will be on the ground for 40 minutes and will cut a swath of destruction over a 17-mile path.
Holy moly, that's insane! It's huge!
It's a large and deadly tornado, and it's getting stronger.
Near the core of that tornado, your wind speed may be approaching 200 miles an hour. A giant, violent circulation.
I hope everyone's okay.
Within minutes, hundreds of homes are destroyed. Now nature's fury has turned its sights towards even more vulnerable and precious targets. Briarwood Elementary School in Moore takes a terrifying hit as winds exceeding 200 miles an hour rip it apart. Miraculously, all its staff and children survive. But at nearby Plaza Tower Elementary School, terror turns to tragedy as 7 children die, despite the heroic efforts of their teachers to shield them from harm.
The building was collapsing on some of us and heard glass shattering. We laid on top of our kids and we did whatever we could. Oh God, there's so much debris in the air!
Soon afterwards, the tornado plows into the Moore Medical Center. The roof and upper floors are ripped from the building, but patients and staff survive.
This is right now. It's part of the damage is occurring right along 19th Street and Moore. It's occurring on Penn Lane.
I think I've seen 2 cars get picked up off the bridge and thrown in the air. This thing is violent. It's so big I can't fit the whole thing in my viewfinder.
Finally, about 40 minutes after the tornado touched down, it clears the city limits. Then, soon after, weakens and dies out.
Houses are leveled.
In this city of almost 60,000, the tornado claimed 24 lives, including 10 children. Nearly 400 others were injured. It left behind a trail of destruction, and damaged or destroyed 12,000 homes.
I got trapped when it came and it hit us. We made it out of there. We have some bumps and some bruises, but we have our life, and nothing is better than that. And I look at this as a testimony. I survived a tornado at the age of 28. I am able to walk, breathe, and live. I may have a broken arm here, but God knows this right here, this is amazing.
All the kids are going crazy and screaming, and like I got two of them on my lap and the other two are holding me, and I got my arm around my son and he was like, "Mom, what do I do? I'm scared." And I was like, "Just pray."
Last time my daughter saw her cat was Monday morning before she went to school, and now we found her in the rubble. I'm gonna bite my nose now.
This was a disaster because it had a direct hit on a densely populated area.
Saved my life. We survived in this time. Of course, like I say, it didn't have all this debris in it then. I could hear it. Definitely you could hear it, because one that size and the ground was just shaking, like an earthquake. It was just shaking. And then I heard the cracking sound of the roof lifting off the house, and then I guess the house kind of imploded.
As battered Oklahomans emerge from the aftermath, scientists race to figure out exactly what happened. Just 10 miles from Moore, Oklahoma, is the town of Norman, site of NOAA's National Severe Storms Laboratory. Predicting and issuing timely advance warnings for tornadoes is the holy grail of scientists here. For them, the first step after an event like this is to understand exactly what happened. Their instruments tell them that the Moore tornado had wind speeds exceeding 200 miles an hour, grew almost 1.5 miles wide, and stayed on the ground for about 40 minutes. First estimates put the cost of the damage in excess of $2 billion. These terrible statistics make it one of the most damaging twisters on record. But even so, for a storm this size, the Moore tornado resulted in relatively few casualties. The fatalities were heartbreaking, but the toll could have been much higher. Many were spared because the tornado first touched down outside of town, giving residents time to get to safety. And advanced notice is essential to saving lives.
Hey guys, I wanted to make this video about a dream I had last night. And it was so vivid. I feel like it was very real and prophetic, actually. Like it had some meaning to it that I felt like I understand this dream so well. And I guess I'll start with this. I had been praying to God. Usually when I go and pray and talk with God, it'll be outside. I talk to him, I look at the stars, and I talk to him all by myself, right? And that's when I feel like I'm the closest to my God. And I prayed to him and I asked him, God, give me dreams. And give me understanding of what these dreams mean. And I pray that he uses me to forewarn other people, and that he speaks to me through my dreams and those gut feelings that you get when you know God's speaking to you. So I did this, and I did this probably 2 nights in a row, and I had just started doing this. I always pray for him to show me great and mighty things of what I do not know, And last night was definitely one of those times. I had this dream where I was on the porch of a house in what seemed to be like Oklahoma or something, which is originally where I'm from, is Oklahoma. And most of the houses there are in the farmland. It's generally pretty open. And you got, like double and single wide trailers that people mostly live on. And you have like steps that go up to the doors that you look kind of like a small little porch. And well, I was standing in my dream. I was standing on one of these porches, and it was like, it seemed to be a nice, cool, breezy day. Everything was real lush and green, like I remembered. And I'm standing in front of this doorway, and then I hear this low rumbling sound. And so I step back 2 steps, and I kind of lean back at the same time, and I look and I see there's four of these fingers coming out of this dark cloud like you'd see in a tornado. Like, they weren't fingers, but I liken to call them fingers because they're just like 4 little rope looking things that start dropping out of the sky. When you see a tornado, you see it as just like, almost looks like a tiny little tail coming out of the cloud. Well, this is what I seen in my dream, and I start freaking out because these 4 little sidewinders, what I call them, they start dropping out of the sky and dancing around and tearing up the dirt. And then they started coming towards my general location where this house was. You could see them coming quickly, and these 4 tornadoes were like dancing around each other, and they were just all curved and gnarly, just dancing. Just if you've ever seen that, you understand what I'm saying. There is no other kind of fear that you may know of except for the fear of God, because that right there is just terrifying when you see that. It's the feeling of being completely and utterly hopeless and having no possible escape, no running away. This thing's just gonna suck you up and take you away, right? The worst possible thing you can think of, just utterly helpless. And so I'm kind of like a deer in headlights looking at this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do something. I need to warn the people in this house. And I freaking go up to the door of this house and start knocking and banging on the door frantically and yelling, and it's like there's nobody home. There's nobody there that's listening. Like, nobody's awake or something. Like, it is as if everyone was asleep inside this house. And that's pretty much what I remember. It seemed like, someone eventually did open the door, but my gut feeling was that it was like too late. I mean, that was the impact of this dream. Like, it was just so real, and the fear you could feel deep in your bones. I literally woke up in a sweat, and I'm looking around, make sure where I was, because it was so vivid. And I kind of liken that to the story I just played for you guys. There is something coming. There is a devastating storm that is on the rise. The clouds are gathering for this storm, and we need to be prepared for it. As they said, when the largest tornado hit Moore, Oklahoma, they said, the best chance that these people had was the warning. Had it not been for the warning of this tornado that landed in some field outside of town, had they not received any kind of warning that this tornado was coming, they would have all perished. There would have been a lot more casualties. But, I truly believe that the faith of these people is what brought them through this tragedy. And you can clearly see the first thing these people did is they got on their knees and they prayed, they took shelter and prayed. And that's what I'm calling you guys to do, because I feel like this dream wasn't just about a tornado. It was about something coming, something that is going to destroy everything. And we need to be prepared for it. We need to take shelter. We need to prep for this, because that's what we're supposed to do. We lean on God, we pray to God, and we prepare for the worst. A lot of people think that, these people that prep are crazy. I think that the people who don't prep are crazy, because we are living in a time where it is most necessary. When you live in Tornado Alley like I used to, 3 years ago, you build yourself a storm shelter, or at least you train yourself where you're going to go when something like this happens. You go into the safest, most structurally sound spot in your home that can withstand the most stress. And that's where we want to be with God. We want to be in that position with God. He is my rock, and nothing can break him. And so if I put my faith in him through these hard times, and if I prep and prepare to survive through something that is going to be potentially very life-threatening and to my family and others, if I can do anything to warn somebody or prepare for that, that's what I'm going to do. And that's why, it might sound crazy, but that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to warn people that something's coming. I can't say when, I don't know when, but, God spoke to me. He says it's coming very soon. You don't have to be, no rocket scientist to see that things are coming to a head here soon. So this is what I say, and I'm telling you that, I feel like, I warn and warn and warn. I keep banging on that door and yelling, but no one's answering. And by the time anyone even cares to listen, it's going to be too late. And that's why I have to share this dream. I'm not one to typically share a lot of things, I'm not that great of a little movie maker of this stuff, but I felt like I have to do this because it's my responsibility. God is putting it on my shoulders to share this with you, and that might one person listen. I don't know. Maybe the dream is telling me that nobody's going to listen until it's too late. It seems like that's the way it's been. And so I had to say this. I had to share this with you, and it's the warning. It's the warning of something terrible coming that saved so many lives in the Moore, Oklahoma tornado. It was the warning. Had there not been a warning, there would have been so many casualties. And you look at that town. Over 4,000 homes destroyed, a tornado 1.5 miles wide, lasting a little over 40 minutes long. The thing was like a nuclear bomb. It leveled that whole place. There was nothing left standing. All the homes, all the cars, twisted metal. There was nothing left, guys. So, my battery's dying. So I had to share that with you guys, and that's pretty much it. I had to get that off my chest, and hopefully somebody is listening to this, or if you had dreams like this or dreams relative to this topic, please share with me. I've had several dreams that I've shared with people. They're not dreams that I have every night. They're dreams I have every once in a great while, like maybe once a year or something. It's very, that's how I know it's from God. There's this gut feeling I always get, and I'm listening to it. I'm doing what a lot of people don't do. I'm going to listen to my gut feeling. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you. If you're watching this, that's wonderful, guys. I love you all, and God bless you, and carry on with the rest of your day with a smile on your face and joy in your heart for the Lord.